I like to start off with the Varuti Homa fire, which sets a good intention for any time I'm talking. And so we'll have a even better energy of here for our talk. Swaha. Agnaye, Idamama Vaswaha. Vayave, Idamama Swaswaha. Suryaya, Idamama Bhurvaswaha. Prajapatiye, Idamama. I'm going to move this a little closer. It seemed like it was very far away. I have to really reach to the fire. So welcome everyone. I'm the Agnihotra lady, and you're watching this evening's broadcast live here at Shanti, Atlanta, of the Cosmic Clinic, in which we talk about Agnihotra, Ayurveda medicine, and all the things that are going on today that affect you in ways to be able to cope with living daily life. And we teach Agnihotra here at Shanti, Atlanta. The main campus is Shantiville Institute, which is in Tuskegee, Alabama, run by my husband, Sri Charles. And then I run the Atlanta campus here, Shanti, Atlanta, which is located in Conyers. So I am seeing people socially distanced here at Shanti, Atlanta. And you're welcome to call and see about coming by if you'd like to get a demonstration of Agnihotra. So for those of you that don't know, I teach Agnihotra, which is an Ayurvedic practice that's done in a copper pyramid that purifies the atmosphere, purifies and heals the planet. It is a healing fire practice. It's very ancient. It is set forth in the Vedas, and it is something that reverses pollution. It's been scientifically proven to cleanse the air and cleanse the water. And this is something that you do at sunrise and sunset. In the process of Agnihotra, we use dried cow dung, brown rice, which I forgot to bring out here, and then we use ghee, which is unsalted butter that has been melted down, and we skim the fat off. And these are the ingredients that we put in the pyramid. And so at sunrise, there is a flood of energies, electricities, and ethers that cascade upon the earth. And during that time, there's an interaction that happens between the pyramid and the sun, and nutrients are put back into the atmosphere. This effect goes 8 miles up, and it covers a 2-mile radius. So this is very healing. And there's a rejoicing of all of the animals and insects, everything that lives on the planet when you do Agnihotra. And there's also a rejoicing inside of you, your heart. You become happy and healed when you do Agnihotra as well. And we do this at sunrise. And then we chant Sanskrit mantras. And when we do our offering of rice, and then we do a different mantra at sunset, and we perform Agnihotra at sunset when the energies and electricities and ethers are receding, to put energy, nutrients back into the atmosphere, and once again bring about a healing to the planet and to those within the 8 miles up and 2-mile radius. So this is a way that you can heal yourself and heal your community. And so today I had a young lady that is working with an at-risk community, and she started doing Agnihotra at this apartment building that has quite a few murders and all sorts of things happening there. And she's beginning to notice the effects that it's had on the people there just by her performing Agnihotra in the parking lot of this apartment here in the Atlanta area. So for those of you that work or live in low-income areas, Agnihotra is a way that you can heal your community. You don't even have to say a word. You can just perform the fire, and there'll be someone in your neighborhood that sees and experiences this peacefulness and they'll want to join you in cleansing the neighborhood and the community. So this is something that you can do to start a movement within your neighborhood and community. There's no need for you to be in despair if you're living in a neighborhood like this, because you can be the catalyst for the change. And performing Agnihotra is a blessing for you and a blessing for all the animals and insects, because we dump so much pollution onto the planet. I mean, Mother Earth is in distress. And so for those of you that work and live in these neighborhoods, you have to know that, and for those that don't, you must know that pollution and pollutants are dumped into low-income areas more than any other area. And so it's no surprise that you have higher rates of crime and children that have behavior problems at school, and violence going on in these neighborhoods because there's more pollution there. And they've had recent scientific studies that have shown, for instance, with everything that's going on with the pandemic and coronavirus, that pollution actually worsens the effects and has an effect on the coronavirus. And so you can look these up. They have these new studies now that are showing that. So there's a reason for us to keep our planet healthy. When you heal the planet, you heal yourself. That is the teaching. Because if you're connected to the planet, if the planet is sick, how can you be healthy? Healthy planet, healthy you. So I wanted to just start off with that before we get into the topic. And let me see how many people are joining us today, this evening. And thank you so much for joining, everyone. We have many people from across the globe that join every Saturday, and I'm glad to be back on this Saturday talking about the power of Agnihotra. And it's a very powerful Ayurvedic practice that you can practice at home or at work to bring about peace, tranquility, and a purification that the planet so desperately needs. So today's topic is unity and how to bring about this unity that is so desperately needed amongst people. With all of the headlines we see and read about in the news, more so than ever, we need unity. And so really, what does that mean? We talk about maybe tolerating, putting up with someone's different belief system or the way they live, things that they say, or we don't like that person. Well, let me just tolerate them. And really, unity is not really about putting up with anything, but understanding that we all are the same, no matter where we come from, what we do, what missteps we make, that all of us are divine beings, and it's up to each and every one of us to guide those of us that haven't quite figured out that they're divine beings to that point where they realize that they're walking in peace and tranquility right next to you. So it's not about you being so far removed from your neighbor, the person that you may see on TV or the person you hear about, but knowing that we all are one. No matter where we live, everyone wants to live in peace. Everyone wants happiness. Everyone has the same pains and tribulations. So the way to do that is to unite and realize that everything that we do in life should be towards the betterment of society, of each other, and promoting of love and happiness for the entire planet, which includes your community, your neighborhood, your city, your state, and it goes on from there. And if you do not have true unification, that's when you see all the chaos that we're having now. So let's take a look at Mother Nature. So you look at the elements, and I've talked before about the 5 elements, you know, fire, wind, water, all these elements. There are 5 elements. These things work together in unity without having to think. This is instinctive. So unity is something that nature automatically does. Water knows how to go and flow a certain way through a stream or a brook, through the woods, through a path in the woods, unless we build a dam or we tamper with it. But nature itself is the embodiment of what unity is. Everything works together to be thriving within the ecosystem. That is unity. And the same thing for people. I think we have forgotten how to be united amongst each other because we're so busy working. We have our own agendas and things like that. But instinctively, each individual knows what it is to be unified or united with their neighbor. And really, no one's a stranger. We all are brothers and sisters. This is instinctive. So we have to get back to this state of what can I do to help my brother, to ease my sister's suffering. That is unity. And we've moved away from that. But now I do believe that with all the things that have been happening that are chaotic within the world, that people are being propelled. They have no choice but to be united. Who wants to be fighting and be chaotic all the time? Unity is the way for us to get to that state of higher learning and higher awareness. So let's take, for example, a stream or a brook. It winds through its path in the woods until it goes down and joins larger bodies of water until finally it empties into a river, and then the river begins to flow, and the river flows and flows until it finds the ocean and the sea to be part of this bigger body of water, the biggest body of water, okay, that is thriving with marine life. And so instinctively, the brook and the stream knows to unite with the river, and instinctively, there you go, the river knows to unite with the ocean and the sea. And so this is beautiful and it's miraculous when you see these shows on National Geographic and these other nature shows like Discovery, where they show this process of how all the things work minutely within nature. And so goes the way for people. There's a symmetry, there's a flow to how people work and live together that we need to get back to, so that way we can go through the same process of flowing. And so this starts with how you treat your family, your home life. Are you peaceful and tranquil at home? How do you talk to your spouse and your children? And doing Agnihotra is a way for you to ease the stress and to bring unity within your family. So you can do Agnihotra together as a family, and you find that you have less arguments. And from there, you become united in your home. So then if you're united in your home, when you go to your job, then you're a peaceful worker. You're not going to be arguing and causing a bunch of chaos at your job. When you go to your church or you go out in the world doing other things, your actions are actions of love because it started at home with you being peaceful and loving and kind, practicing that at home. And then it reverberates. So this how you start that unity. So you are the brook or the stream. Okay, each of us are that. And as we go through, we wind through this path of modern life until we find that big ocean and sea. And that is the higher consciousness. That ocean and sea is the higher consciousness of the Creator, the divine being that put us here to learn our lessons, to be able to walk with love. And so we become that thriving, bigger body of water. Okay? We're part of that higher consciousness because we have united in our homes, united in our workspaces, we've united in everything that we do. And so we can follow the path of nature and find that harmony in life with all of our brothers and sisters so that we too can be thriving just like nature does. Now, nature, of course, is having some problems. You know, we have wildfires and these hurricanes and these things. And so we have to understand is that we are the cause of nature's lament, you know, all these things because we've polluted, we've taken much more than we've given, and we have to restore the balance. And so with the daily practice of Agnihotra, you can restore the balance that is necessary for nature to function properly. You know, it brings nutrients into the atmosphere, it cleanses the air, cleanses the water. You can use the ash from Agnihotra um, as a holistic medicine, and this is the ash from Agnihotra. You can use it for farming. It restores soil where people can't grow food. It was able to restore a portion of the rainforest where they couldn't grow food, but Agnihotra and other homophiles were done, and the land became bountiful again, and things were able to be grown. And so we have to look at these things that are happening in the world and understand that nothing is by accident. It's not a mistake that there's chaos happening pretty much on every corner of the globe. And it's because the Creator wants us to pause and be still and go inward to work on ourselves. And so earlier I was talking about this higher consciousness that we as these droplets of water, as we are the stream or the brook going to the river, dumping out into the ocean and the sea, that higher consciousness that the Creator is, that we are part of. The sea is, that's where we want to go. We want to go to the highest possible place of existing on the planet and being filled with love. And Agnihotra is a way to up your vibration to the highest level. And knowing that unconditional love, that is the highest vibration. And the earth rejoices when all of us are vibrating with love, and then we're not fighting and arguing. This is a way to restore the planet because the entire universe is held together by love. And so I just wanted to talk about unity because unity, you know, I've had people ask me questions about the headlines and things like that, but unity, of course, involves all the people around us, but unity starts with you as an individual. You can't unite and be peaceful if you don't have peace with yourself as an individual. So you have to work on yourself. So the Cosmic Clinic, we talk about sitting still. And now many of us have no choice but to sit still because a lot of us don't have jobs. Maybe some of us are losing homes, but we're being forced to look deeply into ourselves. So we need to sit still and listen and understand the lessons that are being offered for us during this time of this pandemic, of the coronavirus and all these things. There's a lesson to be learned, not to be attached to all these outcomes and attached to all these things, to go deep within. And so we've talked about the Cosmic Clinic hours, which are 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., sunrise, 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and then sunset. And these are times in which you can sit, you can light your fire, and there are mantras that go with each of these times. Or if you're at work and you cannot sit with the fire, you can just sit still and just lessen your breath and concentrate on your breathing and have that time to just sit silent. And this is when you receive the information that you need to know. The information that will bring you to a place restored and whole. And a lot of people are stressed, and really sitting still is the way to deal with the stress. And I often tell people that the pyramid, doing Agnihotra and homotherapy, it really is a system. You know, when you use it to purify the air, it's a air purification system. That's what I call it. When you use it for stress relief, then it's your stress therapy system. Okay. And I say this is also your love machine, a love machine system, you know, because it keeps you more loving and harmonious. And of course, it's a way for you to farm. So I call this a farming system. So, and above anything else, it's a tool for you to realize who you really are. Because all this busy stuff that we do, what are we really doing? Okay. Um, we don't need to be so busy where we forget. The most important thing is to connect with your fellow brother or sister and to make sure that they are tended to. We don't live on the earth alone. And so I'm going to pause for a second in case anyone has any questions or anything. And let me see if I can share one more page that I may have forgotten about in the very beginning, but thanks for joining me this evening for the Agnihotra Ladies, the Cosmic Clinic. I am the Agnihotra Lady here live at Shanti, Atlanta. And I'm just so happy that you all joined me this evening. Okay, I'm going to share the one more page that I may have forgotten. Okay. So I won't be talking that long this evening. Oh yeah, the fire is really built up now. I hear it making all sorts of noise. So one of the things that you can do in your community, someone was here this afternoon, they were saying that, you know, the neighbor was interacting with them when they do Agnihotra in the morning time. It's very peaceful. And they just noticed, you know, the change that's happened in their neighbor, in their neighborhood, just from them being outside on, you know, their porch and doing Agnihotra. So this is a time when you can just do things with neighbors and offer to help them. Maybe they need help with yard work, you know, help them at the grocery store, assist them, you know, just be very giving. So that's an actionable step that you can do towards peace and tranquility. And then the same thing, even in the grocery store, you know, offer maybe to take, you know, unload someone's groceries if they're open to that. Ask them before you start, you know, grabbing the groceries, because some people don't want you to touch their things. But I see a lot of senior citizens that are out by themselves shopping. And a lot of them seem like they're struggling to, you know, to even shop in these different things. Maybe they don't have someone with them, but extend yourself. You never know what someone's going through. Just offer it. And if they say no, that's on them. But you be the change that you want to see in your environment. And so I find that people, now that they're at home and sitting still, some people don't want to sit still because there's a lot of things that get cleaned up, that get revealed when you're sitting still. If you're not used to sitting still, a lot of things will come up that need to be worked on. And that can be scary for some people. But when all the cleanup is done, oh my gosh, how bright and shiny we all come out. Shiny like apples, beautiful, purified, and just walking in just love and divine light. And so it's really worth it. And it could be scary at first, but just understand that when you sit still, there's something that takes place that is beyond what you can learn in any book. And so I know before Sri Charles and I were talking about this, maybe even last year or a couple of years ago, we were talking about just in general, about books are for scholars, but for people to really understand something to the core, you have to experience it first. So to me, the Cosmic Clinic, this is a time for me to really learn the things that no book can ever teach me. Okay. This is the firsthand knowledge that people receive when we didn't have books. How did you think we learned a long time ago before there were any books around? And so it's important that as an individual, as we go on this path of learning who we are and being one with the Creator, that we understand that the words that we read from prophets and teachers, the words that we read of God, they mean nothing if we don't live those words. Words are meaningless if we're not actually living them through our actions. That's so important, especially now with all the chaos that's happening. You have to feel these words in your heart and practice the essence of the words, and be sincere in this practice and doing this in everything you do. It doesn't mean to be perfect, but it means to understand the words of these great prophets and yogis and teachers, understand these words of God, but really understanding them is actually with your actions, how you treat other people, how you live your life. That's really what it means to be living with love and light, being one with the Creator. And every word that you say, every gesture, everything you think, is you become the ritual. You become the mantra. You become the prayer. You are the living embodiment of every sacred scripture of every prayer. Everything holy is within you because it is imbued within you from top to bottom. So this is what it means to live with purpose and to have your actions reflect what you're reading. Okay, from, like I said, all these teachers and these the words of God and teachers and whatnot. You take it really deeply within you. And let's think about this. Sitting still, when we talk about the Cosmic Clinic, this is the time in which you really get to go deep and clean up a lot of things that need to be cleaned up. And nobody else can do this work for you. Sitting still lets you do that by yourself. This is a one-on-one thing with yourself. Nobody can do the work for you. No other teacher, not reading a book, it can't do it for you. So let's just look at Jesus, for example. He spent 40 days and 40 nights learning who he really was, going deep into his inner self. And so we forget that we have to do a lot of deep work in order to make a transformation or change in our lives. And so this is for everyone. So Jesus spent 40 days and 40 nights. You may need 40 minutes each day. You may need 40 days, 40 weeks, or 40 years to really understand who you really are. But every day should be a day in which you're going deep into yourself to know who you really are and your purpose. And it may not be what you thought it was going to be, your purpose in life. And so those are the words that I wanted to share with you, that the Creator wanted me to share with you this evening. Is really important. And that, remember that there's no reason to be stressed out in these days. This is the days to go deeper into yourself, to sit still and to do Agnihotra and the other home of fires, to keep yourself balanced. And you'll find that the transformation that you will see, there will be small things and then bigger things. And so you will find that over time, you have become a better version of yourself, and you're connected deeper to the Creator and those things in which are really important in life, not what the TV or other people tell you. You live in your life really with the Creator's purpose. And so I'm going to end this by talking about ways in which you can order various things here from Shanti Institute and Shanti Atlanta. So now, unfortunately, our Agnihotra kit, this is going to be, well, this is the last one. So we are officially sold out. But this is the Agnihotra kit that we normally sell. And I'll go ahead and show it to you. Actually, someone's coming tomorrow to pick it up. But we're going to be ordering some more soon. So we're sold out right now of the kit. So it comes with a booklet, copper cup, copper spoon, copper tray, of course the copper pyramid. This is what it looks like. So you see the inside of the copper pyramid. Everything's copper, of course. The copper tray and tongues. So this is the copper pyramid that you would use for Agnihotra in any of the other home of fires. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, I have a bit of a, sometimes this happens when I try to assemble this. It also comes with 2 or 3 of these little glass jars so you can hold your rice, your ghee, and the ash when you get done with the fire. So with this booklet, you'll be able to start Agnihotra immediately, and then you can also teach this in your community or in your neighborhood. So like I said, we're going to be sold out. So this is one will be sold as of tomorrow. I asked people to come buy some today, and anyway, I'm just about out. And then we also have, if anyone that gardens or farms, we have our Shanti's Golden Nectar Ayurvedic plant food that Sri Charles formulated. It's Ayurvedic and it's beyond organic. It's concentrated. This makes about 3 gallons. You mix it with water and it's excellent. It's got worm castings, manure, and of course Agnihotra ash. And it's made, of course, on our home farm in Tuskegee, Alabama. So this is very, very good to help mediate your soil if you have some bad soil, and to have really good plants and fruits. It increases plant yield and cuts your harvest time. And so this is what we do have this available. And we do have, and I've given a couple of mudra demonstrations before. The secret science of mudras. Mudras should be part of your medicine cabinet of things to do to help take care of yourself. You can do mudras, which are done with your fingers to facilitate healing in your body. And I've talked before about how your 5 fingers represent the 5 elements. And you have about 4,000 nerve endings that go from your fingertips throughout your entire body. And just imagine your body is a railroad system. And these are the tracks that connect and activate points of healing in your body. So when you do mudras, it facilitates healing. And you can do them by themselves, or you can do them when you're doing deep breathing. And by the way, I'm offering deep breathing workshops as well too, for your health and wellness. So deep breathing, Agnihotra and mudras, that's an excellent way for you to deal with various health ailments, especially everybody's concerned about that during the things that are happening around with the virus and whatnot. So there are different things that you can do to prep your body, keep yourself healthy, as well as having a healthy diet. So I appreciate you for joining me this evening on the Agnihotra Ladies of Cosmic Clinic. And as always, you feel free to email me. You can email me at shantiatlantacenter@gmail.com, and that's Shanti, that's SHANTI, Shanti Atlanta Center @gmail.com. You can reach me at 404-487-4155. 8156. I think that's the phone number. I have to look up the phone number. I got so many things in my head. I have to remember my phone number. Hold on, because I want to make sure I'm not giving out my cell phone number. Yeah, that's 487-8156. And then the website is healthpluslifestyle.com. The main Shanti Villa Institute, that website is shantivillainstitute.com. And I can't remember that phone number by heart. But anyway, you can just reach me, and because I run both places. And then you can find me on Facebook under Shanti Atlanta. So I want you to have a blessed, peaceful evening. And I will see you the next time for the Agnihotra Ladies, the Cosmic Clinic.